If you're watching this video, there's a good chance you might be thinking about moving to Encinitas, California. And I'm here to tell you, you're in luck, because in this video, we're going to talk about the cost of living in Encinitas.
And if you stay until the end, we're going to share with you one of our favorite cost of living in Encinitas tips.
Hi everyone, it's John Elizabeth Finley coming to you from none other than Encinitas, California. If you're interested in what it costs to live in Encinitas, where to live in Encinitas, where the locals like to hang out, and what secret ins and outs of living in Encinitas are, what the best surf breaks are, and generally everything you need to know about living in Encinitas, then be sure to hit the like button, the subscribe button, and the bell below to get notified anytime we release a video of what it's like to live in Encinitas, California.
The reality is we love making these videos because we get so many people reaching out to us about moving to or relocating to Encinitas on a daily basis. So if you are one of those people interested in moving to or relocating to Encinitas, or you just want to know what it's like to hang out in Encinitas, we'll leave our contact info in the description below.
You can call us, email us, text us, direct message, Facebook, Instagram, whatever's convenient for you if you're looking to make the move. We help a lot of people buy and sell homes in Encinitas, and we're happy to help you too.
Okay, the intro is done. Let's get to the cost of living in Encinitas.
So in general, the cost of living in Encinitas is 69% higher than the national average. So
okay, that's
That's
significant, right?
It's higher. So let's start with the median home price.
Median home price is $1,130,000.
So you've got,
Woo!
That's the midpoint. She's excited about that. I don't know why.
No, I'm not. I'm kind of saying wow.
It's the midpoint, right? So half the homes are higher than that number and half the homes are below that number.
And that includes detached and attached.
Yeah, but I mean, that's an expensive median home price.
It sure
and that's
is.
why the cost of living in Encinitas is higher. There's reasons for that. If you watch some of our other videos, we talk about why the cost of living is so high, but some of the benefits and features that you get make up for it. And so you are going to pay more in housing, right?
You pay a premium for a highly desirable city to live in.
I will tell you, there are condos that are $400,000 in Encinitas. So you're not going to be spending 1.1 if you can live in a condo, 2-bedroom condo, 1-bedroom condo, but we know not everyone can do that. A lot of families in Encinitas.
Right. I mean, the prices just range. There's a lot of mid-range homes in the 1.1s to 1.3s that are perfect family-sized homes. But then also you've got some beautiful estate homes that start in the high ones and go up to 10 million.
Well, yeah, I mean, you've got homes on the oceanfront that are 5, 8, 10 million. You've got homes in the Livenhain that are 3, 4 million. But again, median price is $1,130,000. So let's talk about rent, because not everyone moves here is going to buy.
Right.
A lot of clients that we have move here and rent at first, so they can figure out where they want to be, and then they buy. So the median rent price in Encinitas is $3,500 per month, which is high.
Right, it is high, and again, that includes all sizes of homes. You know, $3,500 is the middle. For example, if you want a 4-bedroom in Encinitas, you're probably looking anywhere between $4,500 and $6,000 a month.
Yep.
So then that kind of makes me think, well, maybe you're better off just, if you know Encinitas is your place, just buy, because you'll probably save money.
In Encinitas, the rental market is mimicking the for sale market.
Absolutely.
Inventory is very low. Demand is very high, so you get rising prices. And it's the same thing. Like, we have clients who are looking at rentals, and they have, the second it comes on the market, 20 applications.
Exactly. Yeah, you're really competing. In fact, I think you're competing more with the rental market even than the purchase market.
Right.
So, because for some reason people think it's less expensive to rent, but the truth is, in the end, if you've got some down payment, you're better off buying.
Absolutely. Yeah. Rates are so low that you can get into a mortgage better than you can into what you're going to pay in your monthly rent. So moving on from rentals, moving on from for sale product and housing, let's talk about food costs.
Okay. Well, we are more expensive than we actually realized. So we are higher in food costs than Los Angeles, which is kind of interesting.
Yep.
But we're lower than San Francisco and Santa Barbara. So, you know, we do have some reasonableness about us. But, you know, I think in general also Encinitas, eating in Encinitas and grocery shopping in Encinitas can be pretty pricey.
Yep. Well, there's a couple factors there. I mean, And in San Diego in general, but in Encinitas, we have some small local farms, and they sell direct, and they're organic, and those prices are expensive. But we've also got a lot of natural health food stores and organic
health food markets
that are
Jimbo's, Lazy
they're expensive.
Acres. Yeah,
Trader Joe's, Jimbo's, Lazy Acres.
Right,
We're sorry if we're leaving any out, but there are expensive options to shop. You get really good food, really good quality, but it brings up that food cost.
But I think if you really want to save money and get some good healthy food, I think Trader Joe's actually is really affordable option of the of the markets that you can choose from. But yes, we've got all the regular ones too, Vons and
the cool thing about that is we have Target, and then we have Walmart, which actually sits in Carlsbad. It's kind of on the border, but if you live in Encinitas. So what we find is that Walmart and Target are carrying a lot of the organic stuff that we used to get at Trader Joe's and Jimbo's and Lazy Acres, and so you can bring your costs down. You'll have a better selection at Jimbo's, Lazy Acres, and Trader Joe's, but you can find some staples at Walmart and Target, and that'll bring your food cost down a little bit. And
you're talking like you know what it's like to grocery shop. But anyway.
I do. Let me tell you, folks, this guy does it all.
Yeah, right. So anyway, I am gluten-free and dairy-free and soy-free. So these kind of things really matter to me. So I am often on the hunt for the best pricing I can get. So, that is a true tip, that you can find some of the foods at Walmart. And then what I can't find, I will go to the higher end quality stores. So.
Same applies for restaurants. We have a lot of very high quality restaurants in terms of organic, all natural, gluten-free, vegan. Costs are up on those, and there's some great options. The food is amazing, but you're paying a little bit for that.
Seriously, right? I feel like better than anywhere in California or the country. I feel like Encinitas has such great options for people who are very health conscious about their food, and it's not just it's not gross food. It's actually really tasty food.
Well, it goes back to the real estate. Not only residential real estate, but commercial real estate is expensive too. So these stores are leasing out expensive spaces, and they have to make that up somewhere. So food cost is high on that end.
It is, yeah. So there are some expensive things about living in Encinitas.
Hey, but here's the good news for those of you who want to treat yourself to some amazing Mexican food. We have some great taco shops, and you can get a meal for really, really cheap and be super satisfied. So
and you can buy it on Taco Tuesday and get 2 for $1s.
There you go.
Yeah, so
there you go. You can get all those deals.
That's big here. This last year we had Cinco de Mayo on Taco Tuesday, right? Wasn't that this last year?
I don't recall.
Oh well, it was a big day. Everybody had been training for it. So just kind of along that lines, I'm not sure if you mentioned this already, but the food prices in Encinitas are actually 13% higher than the national average.
Right. And it's just because some of those things we mentioned. So now we're moving on to schools, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So you've got some great options in Encinitas. And the good thing is that does not need to be one of your expenses, because our public schools are phenomenal in Encinitas. And that's part of what brings the home prices up is the better the school district, the higher the home prices.
So many people move here to Encinitas because of the school rankings, and they really want their children to go to school here in Encinitas. Both the elementary school district and the junior high and high school districts are all phenomenal. And, it's a trade-off. So you can live up in a city that doesn't cost as much in San Diego County, but maybe you have to send your kid to private school. And then there's a trade-off, right?
And the selection of schools that you get is really great, especially when you get to high school. You have 4 public schools that you can choose from, all a different range, from sports type schools to
Juilliard.
Right, with music and theater and all that stuff.
Lots of diversity.
It's really cool, but the schools are great, and you do not need to pay for private schools if you choose not to. Obviously, that's a personal choice, and some people have their reasons why they do private school. If you're going to do private school, there are several in Encinitas, and I would say on average you're paying about
$20K a year.
$20K a year, K through 12.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
That's a lot of Hawaiian vacations.
It is. Yeah. So, and I mean, then that adds up. So, maybe you want to live in Encinitas instead from the get-go and just ride the equity wave as well as it goes up. But
right. So, I mean, if you choose to go that route, obviously your cost of living in Encinitas is going to be much higher. And so you do have private schools you can go to. It's just going to cost you.
And what we aren't talking about, which I also know is pricey, is preschool. There's several wonderful preschools here in Encinitas, and they're not cheap, just like everything else. But you're getting some really preferred education.
Right. We keep coming back to the cost of living in Encinitas is 69% higher than and the truth is, we've found some information that says it's even much higher than that. But bottom line is, it's not cheap to live here.
No.
But you get rewarded with a lot of sunshine, some great sunsets, ocean views, and great just atmosphere.
And a hometown feel.
Hometown
really,
feel.
It's
pretty cool. So we're done with schools. Now we're going to talk about utilities.
Yeah, and the average utility, the energy bill here in Encinitas is $192 a month, which I think is not too bad. It's average, right? But I feel like we use heat and AC almost all year long.
Right, but I mean, it depends on what size family you have and what size of house.
That's true.
You could be $500 for utilities, or you could be $800, depending on the size of your house, depending on the age of your house. If you've got very old windows, you're going to use more heat, you're going to use more AC. But the other thing that we're finding is a lot of people are using solar now.
Yeah,
right?
Most of our transactions, whether they're sellers or buyers, I would say about 60% of them have solar on their house. So whether they're leasing it or they own it, I think it really makes a dent in the utility bill, once they do that, because then they only owe, a lot of times they have credits back to the solar.
Yep.
So that's great. We could use that.
So going from utilities, we'll go to gas prices, filling up your car.
Okay, well, I'm not sure if it's everywhere, but it's pretty darn expensive right here. It's probably about $4.50 a gallon right now.
It's expensive. I spent $120 on I've got a mid-size SUV, and I spent $120. It's the most I've ever spent filling up my tank last week. And
wow.
I was like, okay, it's time to get an electric vehicle. Because I'm not down for paying $120 per fill up. But, what do you think? Like average is $4.50 a gallon?
Right. Yep, and it's pretty solidly staying there, over $4.
And in Encinitas, you do drive. You don't have to. You can get a bike. I mean, it's not a huge city, right? So you could bike, you could walk, you could
e-bike.
You could e-bike.
We've got so many e-bikers.
But in general, when you got your kids, you're loading them up, putting stuff in the car, and heading down to the beach or going to the grocery store and stuff like that, right?
Right. You're not dealing with rain and snow.
Yep. So healthcare.
About 8% higher. The fees are here, which isn't that bad.
It's not that bad, but it depends on if your company provides healthcare for you, if you have to provide it for yourself. Like we do as independent business people, we have to provide healthcare for ourselves. So healthcare is a big bite for us. Yeah. But I think that's just dependent on the individual, how many kids they have, how many people are in your family, and what your situation is with your employer, right?
Like you always say, whether you eat healthy or you pay more medical bills, right? You pick your
poison.
Pick your poison. Thank you. Yeah.
That's right.
Okay. All right. So moving on, property taxes here in Encinitas.
Yep.
Averaging 1.1%. Yeah, that's what they are. In fact.
That's what they are. So that's what you're paying. I mean, they're like 1.103, but it's 1.1%, and no getting around that. That's what you're paying.
Yep. And sales tax, 7.75%.
Right, and the property tax is definitely something to consider because, like as we said, the median home price is $1,130,000. Well, property taxes on that are expensive per year, right, and then per month. So that kind of adds to what you're paying. And as Elizabeth said, the sales tax are 7.75%.
Yep. You want to take every advantage you can in saving money, especially when it comes to the taxes. Right.
So if you guys stuck around to the end, which I think you did because I can see out there in YouTube land, you get our number one tip for cost of living and savings in Encinitas. So that is, as much as everyone wants to be ocean close and live by the beach, Our tip is don't have your head set and your mind set on living west of the I-5 freeway. Live east of it, and your cost of living is going to go down. Your housing cost of living is going to go way down if you do that.
Right.
And you're still close. I mean, even from the farthest point in Encinitas East, you're probably 5 miles to the beach. So it's not like you're, and everyone, like the downtown Encinitas area is down by the beach. A lot of the entertaining things to do are down there. So everyone kind of congregates and gravitates towards the beach, but you don't have to live there. You can still be very close by.
Really close drive to the town. And so I think it just works out. And there's so many great neighborhoods, and we'll be talking about that in another video shortly.
And on that tip, we do a lot of videos on Encinitas, as she just mentioned. And so you can learn a lot from coming back, subscribing to our channel, and seeing everything about what it's like to live in Encinitas, work in Encinitas, go to the beach in Encinitas, where to eat in Encinitas. But the bottom line is we have a lot of people reaching out to us on a daily basis to come relocate to Encinitas. And we love helping people. We raised our kids here. We work here, we live here, we play here. So we're happy to share this amazing place with you. Reach out to us. Facebook, Instagram, phone, text, whatever.
Email.
You can find us anywhere. We're all over the internet, but just reach out. We're happy to give you any advice or any tips on what it's like to live in Encinitas and help you with your move here. So on that note, have a wonderful rest of your afternoon.
We look forward to chatting with you soon. Thanks.